Hi, I'm Richard Winstone with over50smoney.com, and today I'm going to be discussing equity release. In this video, I'm mainly going to be focusing on 5 of the biggest concerns that we've seen from comments on Facebook when we post about equity release, and just attempting to address some of the things that people may believe which may not actually be true. So hopefully, if you do have some concerns, you'll be able to find a section in this video that addresses that concern, and hopefully we'll be able to put you at ease. And if you have any questions, please feel free to contact us at support@over50smoney.com via email, and we will attempt to answer your questions or direct you to where you can find the right information. So the first concern that I'm going to address today is it's a scam. It's a comment that we get a lot on our equity release posts on Facebook, and I do think this is just out of misinformation, people not understanding the product. It's not a scam. It's a financial product, no different to a loan, a mortgage, a credit card, or even your mobile phone contract if you pay for the handset over a period of 24 months. They're all financial products. They're all regulated by the FCA. Equity release is exactly the same. It's a regulated, authorized financial product regulated by the FCA. So you know there's going to be some protection there. There's actually additional protection when it comes to equity release, because you also have the Equity Release Council that put in extra rules and regulations for members that sign up. So if I can give you one piece of advice, whatever you do, if you're going to go through an equity release process, make sure your provider, your advisor, and your lawyer, which are the 3 different types of contacts you'll need during an equity release process, make sure they're all registered members of the Equity Release Council. A link to the Equity Release Council's website is in the description below, so you can find it easily and click through to go there. So the second problem that I want to address is people being concerned about you losing your home. Now that again is just not true. You won't lose your home through equity release. Equity release, primarily lifetime mortgages, is a product where you get cash out of your home, and you get to live in your home until you pass away. It's called a lifetime mortgage, and it's literally a mortgage, a loan that secures against the value of your home that you have for a lifetime. So the term of it is until you pass away or until you move into permanent residential care. At no point can you be kicked out of your home. The only way you're getting out of that home is if you choose to leave. If you want to downsize to a smaller property or something, you can discuss that with the equity release provider and figure out how the loan will work, but you're not going to get kicked out at any point. It's your property. The third concern that we hear a lot are about the fees associated with the equity release process. I think the easiest way for me to address this with you is to explain the process a little bit, and the average fees that are associated with each step. So when you go through looking for equity release, you will have to pay for 2 different services. You will need to pay advisor fees and lawyer fees. So you start by reaching out to a financial advisor. Again, make sure they are registered with the Equity Release Council. We use Age Partnership as a partner of ours. If you want to get in contact with them, there's a link to our calculator in the details. But yeah, you'll reach out to a financial advisor. Their job is to make sure that equity release is the right product for you. So those advisors themselves are FCA regulated, and they'll have rules and guidelines to make sure that if it's not the right product for you, if there's something, another way you could raise the funds more cheaply, that those options are presented and that you're fully aware of all the various options that are available to you. So they'll go through that. If it's decided that equity release is the right option for you, then they'll advise you on the different products available with different companies that are all Equity Release Council approved and FCA regulated, and they'll help you pick the right product. Once they've helped you select the right product, you'll then need to engage a lawyer to help you with the application, process the application with the provider, and deal with all the legal work thereafter. Those 2 sets of professionals will each have fees. So as I said, you have the advisor's fees and the lawyer fees. On average, the advisors will charge between 1.5 and 2% of the equity that you're releasing from your property. So for example, if you're taking out £70,000 from your home, then the advisor fees will range somewhere between £1,050 and £1,400. Lawyer fees, I believe the average for last year was around £650, but you should expect to pay somewhere between 500 and 800 as a range. So overall, your fees for releasing £70,000 from your property will be somewhere between £1,550 and £2,200. And these fees don't need to be paid up front. You can pay them from the money you release from your property. So if you release £70,000 and worst case you have to pay £2,200 in fees, then you'll still have £67,800 left. There's no tax on the money you've withdrawn, so it's literally just the advisor fees. So as I said, people are concerned sometimes about the fees that are associated, but the market does try to help you by allowing the fees to be paid after you've received the money already. And I think relative, it's 2 to 3% of what you're withdrawing. So it's just something you can factor in if you've got a specific purpose for the money, that there will be fees that you need to pay afterwards. So the fourth concern that gets raised frequently is that you won't have anything left to leave in inheritance once you've paid back your lifetime mortgage. This is a valid concern and it should be considered. It's actually a possibility, however, it's not probable. So let me explain with an example as to how it's possible but not probable, and it's just something you should factor in as a risk when considering equity release. So the value of the lifetime mortgage you take out increases annually via the interest rate that applies to your particular product. So at the moment, the average interest rate is 3.2%. If you're not paying back the interest annually, it does compound. So you'll accrue more interest each year than the year before. So your loan increases exponentially. The value of your property also increases every year. We all know housing prices go up each year, and generally, the value of your home will increase quicker than the value of your loan. So it's something you can talk about with your advisor if you do start this process. But there are chances that one year your loan will increase more than your home property, but it's unlikely to be something that goes on continuously. A more greater risk, but even less likely, is if prior, say a year or two prior to you moving into permanent residential care or passing away, there's a housing market crash and the value of your property drops significantly. It's possible that you could get to the term of your equity release product and that your loan is actually larger than the value of your home. In this situation, you are protected by the no negative equity guarantee. I'll put a link in the description below for you to find out more information about that. But effectively, it's a promise that you'll never pay back a penny more than what your home is worth at the point that you repay back the mortgage. So your family will never have to worry about paying back more than the value of your property, but it is possible that you'll have to pay back all of the value of your property to your equity release provider, and you won't be able to leave anything in inheritance from that property. As I said, it's highly improbable. It's not likely, but it is a real possibility, and it's a risk you'll need to discuss with your advisor to make sure you're happy with taking on that risk and understanding what the actual chances are. So yeah, that is a valid concern, but as I said, not probable. And now the fifth concern that comes up. Again, it's a valid concern, and it's something that I'm glad does come up because you can educate people on this. It's that there's no help if you're on a bad deal. Again, it's not true. There's a lot of help out there. As I've mentioned before, if the equity release market is regulated by the FCA, and there's also the additional protections put in place by the Equity Release Council. So take my advice, if you do anything in equity release, go to the Equity Release Council, make sure everyone you're dealing with is registered with them, because they offer a lot of protections, including, as previously mentioned, the no negative equity guarantee. You're also able to trade your equity release product or switch out to a cheaper product. So right now, because interest rates are a lot lower than they have been in the past, Age Partnership is going through a process where they offer reviews. If you reach out to them, let them know you're on an equity release product at the moment, they'll review your current deal, they'll review the rest of the market, see what you could be switched to, and if they can guarantee you savings within the next 5 or 6 years, So it might be initially a bit more expensive because of fees, but if they can get you savings within the next 5 to 6 years, then they'll help you switch to a cheaper product with lower interest rate. So you can switch from a bad deal to a better deal. And as I said, if you feel like you've ever been lied to or swindled into it, or something's just not quite right, there's a lot of help out there. Go to the Equity Release Council or go to our website. We've got a consumer protections page. That'll give you some information with some other links and where you can get help and how you can go about resolving any issues you have. But yeah, don't feel like there's nothing you can do, because there's always something you can do. So I hope you found this video helpful and that you've learned a lot about equity release, and hopefully I've managed to dispel some of the myths that exist around the equity release market. If you have any more questions, please reach out to us via email at support@over50smoney.com. I'll put the link in the details below. And if you want to learn more about the process or how you get started by reaching out to a financial advisor, there's another link in the details below about the equity release process. It's a page we have on our website to give you some details about what you're likely to go through, what you should keep an eye out for, and how you get started. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video and share it with anyone you think that might find it useful. Thanks for watching.